panoramic photos and very, very distinguished in photography, filming as well too. And it's called John Ford's Point. We all know about John Ford. I'm not going to go into that. But what we're going to go into is this formation right behind us. It is called Rain God Mesa. In the 1800s, there were two prospectors by the name of Mitchell and Merritt that came here looking for gold. They were sent by the United States government, by President Grant. Now, we all know about the Civil War, where the North fought against the South. One thing that we all don't know about the Civil War is that the North was helped by British. The South was helped by the French. Why? They wanted territorial jurisdiction. They wanted territorial influence of colonization, whether it's British colonization or French colonization. And they always feuded against one another. They never liked each other. So Queen Elizabeth I sent some British officers, some British infantrymen, ships to help the North fight against the South. Well, King Louis XVI didn't like that. He was like, no. This is not happening on my watch. I'm going to help the South because I want territorial colonization as well too. So he sent the same support that the British sent for the North. And we all know they fought and fought and fought. And the North eventually won. Under the new establishment of the government, they accumulated a humongous debt. Not only with one country, but with two. So how do we pay that debt? How are we going to get rid of it? Because if we don't pay this debt, we are going to be split. The French is going to own one side. The British is going to own the other side. And we are going to be their property. So we didn't want that. So what did President Grant do? He sent two prospectors, Mitchell and Merritt, out into the west to look for gold. When they came out here, they saw the beautiful golden sunset. They were so excited. They were very happy. And we found gold. We found gold. We know there's gold there. Look at the gold just reflecting off the land. That's how much gold there is. Without noticing any of what the land had to offer. They just turned around because they saw the golden sunset and went back east. When they got back, they reported to President Grant and said, there is so much gold out there, we can actually give two shiploads of gold to the British and also to the French. So President Grant said, okay, come on, let's go gather up some infantry. Let's send a cavalry out there and let's go make it happen. Let's make it work. So the 6th Cavalry came from Massachusetts and came all the way out this direction. They were met at Fort Sumner's by a very prominent, very famous Indian scout by the name of Kit Carson. Everybody know about Kit Carson?
Yeah.
You know the history about Kit Carson?
No, I don't.
The first part of his lifestyle, as a very young child, he was raised amongst us. His schoolmates, his playmates, Indians. Native Americans. Let me correct myself. So, he had the opportunity, and he learned Navajo. He learned Ute. He learned Zuni. He learned Hopi. He learned how to speak all these languages because that was his playmates. He went to school with them. And his father was a prominent postmaster in the area here. But Navajos, he got along with very well. Some of the Navajo children would invite him back to their homes so that he can have some fry bread. So we're going to sell recipes now. So what happened is that he took advantage of this. And he said, I am going to help you scout. And I want 1 wagon full gold. He was under the influence. There was also gold out here as well too. Nonetheless, the Navajo people didn't show him where the gold was located. Yes, there's gold. Yes, there is. But am I gonna tell you where it's at? So
you already told us where the silver is.
yeah, that's good enough. Silver is good.
Go ahead. Take all you want.
So from Fort Sumner's, New Mexico, they ventured out all the way this direction here to the west. Along the way, he gathered families with the help of the 6th Cavalry. He separated the men from the women and the children from the mothers. He used the young men as slaves to create the road that we came down because the gold supposedly is here.
Kit Carson did
Yes.
that? Wow.
Another myth shattered.
Mhm.
He burned down village after village.
Jeez.
He massacred women and children. He held the families hostages so that the men could work. There are uranium mines behind this formation and further out in this direction. But that was supposedly gold mines before the uranium mines. He found out that there was actually gold somewhere within these formations because he talked to a Navajo medicine man and said, I don't know, it's in the earth somewhere. And that's all he knew. And he thought, oh, this is the earth. So there were 3 chiefs at that time: Manuelito, Barboncito, and Hashkenimi. 3 prominent chiefs that existed, all brothers. One was the chief of all the Net people. 2, Barboncito, spiritual chief. 3, Hashkenimi, a warlord. Very, very, very much feared. He was considered to be a Navajo witch who used his sorcery to fight his enemies. He never touched his enemy.
He's Nightway.
Used his Nightway ceremonies to get rid of his enemies. One story, the Paiutes came out this direction one day and decided that they were going to take over more of the land of the San Juan River to the south. There were a lot of Navajo families that lived along the river. Why? The river has life. The river brings life. It gives life. We can grow our crops. We can grow our melons. We can have our gardens. Our animals can drink from the river. We can use the river. It was life. And the Paiutes wanted that. They wanted to take it away from us. So what did he do? He was way out there and he heard what happened. He made an emergency trip back this direction and said, where are my warriors? Where are my warriors? Little boys. That's all there were. The men were out there fighting Geronimo.
Whoa.
We were always at war with each other. There was never peace amongst the Apaches and the Navajos. Still today. Harsh exchange of words, political gestures.
Not many get along with the Apache.
Not
though.
many get along with the Apache, but they're not made out to be the bad guys. But that's just history. So he only found young boys, teenagers that haven't had the proper instructions of going to war. So he only had 3 warriors that came with him, and he told his 3 warriors, go climb Rain God Mesa. It's called Rain God Mesa. But they went up there. And he showed these boys and said, it is your quest to get to the top of that mesa. When you do get to the top of that mesa, there will be warriors there waiting for you. You are the last line of defense for your people in this area. If you don't, these Paiutes will come and invade and take away what you now call home. Do you want that? No. Little boys found ways to get to the top. When they got to the top, the Navajo warriors sang the war song with Hashkenini. When Hashkenini began to sing, the energy of the youth began to correlate and began to make itself known. There's only one time in history that there was a tornado front that came all the way across from the south, from the Gulf of Mexico, from the south to the north. When it reached the Paiute camp in the middle of summer in July, freezing weather, negative 20 degrees below zero, snow, ice, they all froze. The ones that made it across the river, they were given shelter. They were given sanctuary. From there, they were sent back. Chief Hashkenini never lifted a finger, but his voice did the job. Very, very scary person. He knows how to use the elements of nature. He fought his wars that way. He knew how to use the land. He knew how to use nature itself. He driven Geronimo back down towards the Grand Canyon. He escaped. Geronimo went back down south. But the rest of his warriors were pushed down into the canyon and massacred.
Geronimo's warriors. Wow.
The Apache warriors.
Hashkenini pushed them off.
Hashkenini pushed them off to the side of the canyon.
Wow.
And were massacred. So,
Now Kit Carson.
now Kit Carson. So what happened? He had got word, because he was up in the mountains trying to find Geronimo, pushing back the people. He got word of what was going on here. He said, okay, let's leave Geronimo. Forget it. Let it be. We're going to need him. We're going to need him. So, 200 dogs made a line. They created a barrier and driven out the 6th Cavalry from this canyon towards Canyon Shore. There was a wall, so they only could go by the wall. And they were led into the mouth of Canyon de Chelly. When they got into Canyon de Chelly, the Navajo warriors set the mouth of the canyon on fire. They stood up along the rock walls with their bows and arrows and totally massacred the entire 6th Cavalry. There was only one colonel that escaped. KFC. Just kidding. Colonel Sanders. No. He was sent back to Washington and said, was told, tell your chief, your white chief, bring him on. We're ready to fight. And he said, I lost the 7th Cavalry to Custer to and the 7th Cavalry to the Sioux. Now I lose the 6th Cavalry to the Navajo. The 6th Cavalry had 3,000 men more than the 7th Cavalry.
Wow.
Wow.
That's how powerful Ashkenaz was. That's the story of that rock. Questions? You're welcome. Any questions, anybody? I don't know the song, so.
So, if you take a photo of the guy on the horse, it's going to cost you $20, right?